Toussaint von Aalsburg's room. He is another sim that did not exist in prior incarnations of Adherin, so this was an interesting one for me. For whatever reason, the Van Aalsburg boys of this generation are determined to roll weather, well, they're determined to roll science and weather as their hobby, which is kind of funny, and I like the idea that this generation is just going to be known for being extraordinarily boring, but also romance sims, because why not? So, for Toussaint, I really wanted to build, or decorate really, a room that he could kind of see out the windows, because I imagine, you know, he can sit in his bed and he could look at the clouds, or if it was raining, things like that. But I wanted like an enclosed sort of bed. The problem was the windows that I chose like cut into everything. They are beautiful, but they cut into everything. So I really struggled to find a bed. Another reason I also wanted to give him an enclosed bed is one of his traits is light sleeper. So I figure any sort of disruption wakes him up, so he really kind of has built himself a little bit of a cocoon in his room so that he can sleep properly. He's also a daredevil and thoughtful, and his kind of likes are brown, the color brown, stone, tiles, and traditional, so a lot of dark woods. I also wanted to put a TV in because they can watch the Weather Channel from that. It's a painting, but it works like a TV. So I wanted to include that as well. I still can't believe he rolled weather. Like, his older brother rolling weather cracks me up because like, he strikes me as someone who could possibly be boring at parties. But Toussaint, he's a little kid, so he doesn't have too much going on. And so I think right now he's just really excited about snowstorms and if it's raining, things like that, but who knows, maybe he will also be boring at parties. I really wanted a sideboard under the TV, but all the tables were kind of too big. I had the one sideboard, but it just wasn't right. I didn't like the angled legs. And so, once more, I'm struggling with tables. Don't be attached to that bed, it's not staying. Not that you should be attached to it, because the wood tone does not match anything else that's in here. So you can see I decided to kind of build a little alcove for a desk instead. And then use that to also build up the little bed area that I wanted. Which again, was so hard. It was much harder than I anticipated, and I was a little annoyed about it, because all the beds were just a little too short for what I wanted. I'm like, why? Why must you be too short? I had that one, but I didn't have the right colors for it. I only have a lot of light wood recolors, and I always forget to download more. So yeah, you're gonna watch me struggle with beds. Also, I'm sorry if I'm sniffly and I sound terrible. I'm still sick. I'm honestly awaiting a test because apparently rapid tests are not as efficient or as effective as the little nose swab tests for the thing that we're not supposed to say because YouTube gets mad, but y'all know what I'm talking about. I almost went with this bed, but again, no recolors, so it didn't work because I needed dark wood. Yeah, this was honestly the hardest thing, was finding a bed that worked. I think I ended up going with that one that's in the middle of the room. I do like what I ultimately decided to do with these. I have these in-curtain things that I never really use, but I've always kept them. But I figured what I could do is I could put the bed there, and then I could use these curtains to like build an alcove, so it's not fully closed in, but you're not going to see that the bed is shorter than the wall. And it'll kind of be tucked away, kind of in that manner. I was really happy with the solution. I turned sheet on to do it, but yeah. And then I also end up putting up like a bar type thing above it, so it's not just willy-nilly curtains hanging out. I hope that he can use it. I haven't actually play tested it yet. I don't think these curtains block like Sims from using the bed, but I mean, they were made to be around a bed, so I don't think they do. I just thought about that like just now. So yeah, once I figured this part out, I was honestly really happy with how it turned out. It just took forever and a day for me to figure out what I wanted to do and how to accomplish it. You can see I'm like, well, maybe I could use like a pillar, or do I have something here? And I was like, alright, well, what do I have in deco that I could use as like basically a bar on the top so that it doesn't look like the curtains are just floating in space. I think I ended up using these. No, I ended up using those, that's right, because the little pulley was bothering me, and those look a little bit more architectural, so. I wanted to make sure that it met at the wall. I couldn't really move the curtains though, because then they would clip into the bed, so I just I left them where they were. You can't really tell that they're not fitted properly. So yeah, then I just needed to find like a chair for the desk. I really didn't know what to do for the color scheme. I knew he liked the color brown, but I obviously wasn't going to make the entire room brown because it's a little boring. But then I found that green shade on that swatch, and I kind of liked that. So I figured I could go with like a brown and green sort of look. Because brown is also hard in general. I mean, there's a ton of shades, like you say I did tan, but like brown could be many things. Many things. I'm trying to think about what else I did here. I decorated this a couple days ago. I wanted to put a chamber pot in, because they really don't have a lot of bathrooms in this house, but I just didn't like the way that it was looking, and I didn't like it. Plus, he's a daredevil, so he'd be willing to just be like, oh, I could probably make it around the hallway. I like that he's a daredevil though, because he's otherwise could have been a very boring sim. Not like to play or anything, but just like for other sims to interact with. Because like, there just wasn't enough spice. But now he's a daredevil, so who knows what he's gonna get up to. I did want to give him a bookshelf, because in theory he'd be reading about, I don't know, farmers' almanacs and the history of weather or something. It seemed right. It seemed appropriate. Yeah, I don't remember what else I put in this room. I think I give him a little castle to play with, because he is a child sim, so I would like him to have some joy in life. He also reminds me a lot of Amelie in terms of face structure. Like, he doesn't really look like Barthélemy too much. Which I'm fine with, because Barthélemy has a very distinct look, but like, it's very overpowering very quickly. And I don't want, because they have so many children, like, if all of their children look like him, it would overtake the neighborhood so quickly. Not a single blonde though, which I was surprised at, because I think Barthélemy's mother was blonde. Oh gosh, I don't even remember. There's a recessive there somewhere, but yeah, they all turned out with having black hair. Yeah, I do put the castle down. It just seemed, you know, I feel bad when I don't give the kids anything to do. I'm honestly trying to remember what else I put in this room. I don't think I put too much, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm super spacey. Like, the brain fog is real. I walk into a room and I completely forget, like, worse than normal. I always joke that I'm a bit like a sim because I'll walk into a room and forget what I'm doing because, like, somebody canceled my cute action. But, like, it's intense. I also am sleeping. I slept 14, 15 hours today because I just couldn't even function. So, that's fun. I'm also out of breath just talking because cool. A little chandelier. Of course, gotta center it in the room because why would it not be centered? could just do the quarter tile sheet, but like, too much effort. Half the time I forget to put the diagonal sheet on, so quarter tile, yeah, that's pretty much it. I know I'm going to put a rug down. I don't remember which rug I put down, but actually I think I put down one of the cottage living ones that it's converted from Sims 4. I do. Yeah, I do. And yeah, that's going to be it. So this is Toussaint and Aalsburg's room. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me decorate. As always, if you have any thoughts, opinions, suggestions, anything like that, definitely leave those down below. I'm also taking requests on building, especially for a new project that I'm working on, the ABC Building Challenge, so definitely leave those for me if you have any ideas, and I will see you in the next one.